Florida Gators beat the Florida State Seminoles 40-21 to cap off their 2025 football season. Neil Schulman at All Kinds Weather, Adrian Perez at ADNDEL, also at Jadan Baugh. As usual, we'd like to get a quick recap pod out before we go, or before I go back to South Carolina, and we can review the film and break things down a little bit more analytical standpoint. But Adrian, the story today has got to be Jadan Baugh. The Gators beating the Noles in large part because of a career day for Jadan Baugh. 38 carries, 266 yards, the second most yards in a single game in school history, behind only Emmitt Smith going for 316 against New Mexico in 1989. Adrian, we were together to watch it. What was it like to watch history tonight?
It was great, man. Just watching Jaden do that, watching Billy G get a win. That's one of the main things that we wanted to see happen here once Billy G took over as the interim coach. He finally got that W, man. And so his first win as a head coach in Division I football, basically, for him. Jadan Baugh, I mean, every time I sit here and do this podcast with you, it's been a broken record, man, with Jadan Baugh. And today was just ridiculous, man. 266, like you said, 7-yard average per rush. He had 30-something rushes total.
38, yeah.
38 rushes. I mean, whatever it takes, you have to bring that kid back. He has to finish his third year before he goes to the NFL as a Florida Gator. He cannot hit the portal. He cannot leave. Whoever's the next coach has to prioritize him, make sure he comes back, and you build next year's offense around him, obviously. Just like they did today.
Yeah.
They ran the Baugh. I mean, it was crazy. They just ran Jadan Baugh. And unfortunately for us, the wheels never fell off, man. He just kept on going, man.
Yeah, I mean, again, we watched history. We talk a lot about the frustration of Florida football this year, and we're going to get a new coach next year. We're going to talk about that in a lot more detail once we get back. The very latest is, obviously, Lane Kiffin is not coming to Florida anymore. The target is now John Sumrall. Also hearing Brent Key's name a little bit. Going to talk about all that later. For now, suffice to say, whoever is the next head coach for Florida, you better get Jadan Baugh back. You better make that priority numero uno. Because that, if you don't get him back, that is a very easy way to lose the fan base before you've even coached a game. But let's talk a little bit more positively for now, because we haven't lost Baugh yet. He hasn't even entered the portal yet. There hasn't even been a whiff of a sense that he's going to hit the portal. So let's just talk about what we saw tonight. And what we saw tonight is the Gators beating FSU again with an interim coach to cost them bowl eligibility. That is the second time in 5 years. That is absolutely hilarious to me. Florida having nothing to play for other than pride and playing for the patch, as Billy G says, like you said, got him that win. 2021, you obviously have the whiff at the Griff, where FSU's kicker, Parker Groothouse, misses the ball completely going for an onside kick. Also the Damian Pierce helmetless game. This one was not that close. Did not come down to the wire. Again, I think we need to give Florida's defense its flowers, because like you said, playing defense is really hard. And you were also correct. You're correct on a bunch of things, but you're also correct in saying,
close.
Yeah, you were pretty close.
You nailed it,
You're
man.
pretty close. Well, I wasn't even going to go there yet, but you were correct in saying that the Gator defense's best games were behind them.
That's true.
And they were not perfect today either, but they got the job done. So what did you see from them that you liked today?
Well, they just showed up with intensity. And we said it in the last pod that if the team, especially the defense that showed up against Georgia, showed up against Ole Miss, after Billy Napier was fired, if that team showed up, Florida State Georgia and Ole Miss, we had a good shot. If the team that showed up against Kentucky and against Tennessee, if that defense showed up, playing lackluster, playing not with a lot of heart, not with a lot of effort, Florida State's offense would have piled up some big-time rushing yards. So, give it to them. I had a feeling that they were going to show up today. I was hopeful. It was a home game. Give it to the crowd again. How about the crowd, man?
Toxic fan base, right, Tim Brando?
My God.
18 sellouts in a row.
The home crowd, I mean, I don't know how it played on television, but at the stadium, I mean, for a 3-8 football team, and what's otherwise basically a meaningless game, if not for the rivalry, just unbelievable response by that fan base today. Real proud of Gator Nation showing up there. And the defense fed off of that, man. I think the team fed off of that. And that's why I felt that, they were going to respond today. Even though they didn't last week against Tennessee when the crowd was just as intense, really, especially at the start of that ball game. But they did show up here today, and they really did a pretty good job on Florida State's offense, man.
Yeah, I mean, also helping the case was, the Florida defense making plays too. I mean, Miles Graham very early in the game getting through and blowing up Castellanos for a sack. That got the crowd riled up. Obviously, he had the fumble. That got the crowd riled up. And then Lagway throws a terrible ball that never should have been thrown. But regardless, that got the crowd juiced when the Gators recovered that fumble. And then also sacking Castellanos a few times today. Also, Lagway giving the crowd some reason to cheer. He did not have a fantastic game by any means, but aside from the one pick, 15 for 24, 168 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a beautiful deep ball to J. Michael Sturdivant, which, again, we've talked about this. He's left a lot to be desired, but he does throw a damn good deep ball, especially when he's facing single high coverage.
He'll throw 1 or 2 of those good balls every game. We've seen that. But they really kind of limited what they wanted him to do today. They didn't even run him at all
once.
Today. Well, was that a design run?
Yeah, it felt like it. I'd have to review it. I'd have to go evaluate the tape, as the former coach would say. But yeah, it looked like it.
We were sitting there, and it looked like there was open receivers downfield on a couple of times, and he's just a little bit hesitant. He doesn't have the confidence in, hitting some of these long ones, man, a couple times there. So, and they limited no real intermediate passing game, really. It's either going deep a little bit over 30, 40 yards or just swing passes. There's nothing real intermediate. Yeah. They did hit a couple of slants. He seems to be pretty good at that RPO game, really quick slant throws. But as far as anything intermediate, in the 10 to 20 yard range, man, there's nothing that they've been able to do with DJ this year. So
hopefully that changes next year with a new head coach. If it's John Summerall, as the rumors say, I am being told that hire is going to come contingent upon him hiring a real explosive offensive coordinator. I've also heard that before with this guy, Napier. So we'll see, but it is what I'm being told. Just passing that information along to you guys. Regardless, Gator season finishes at 4-8. This was Florida's bowl game, basically. Nice to finish with a win. Adrian, your first year covering the Gators.
Yeah. And the last time that we recorded here was after USF. We did, at the end of the segment, was there going to be the record after USF? I said 3-9 and you said 4-8. So he nailed it. You nailed the overall record. Not one we were proud to nail, right. Obviously. We wish we were dead wrong. But, that USF game was alarming. And if you go back to the post game that we did right here,
sitting right
we
here,
were both shook after the USF game, and we saw kind of bad stuff.
Man, as bad as the team was this year, it was fun doing it with you.
Yeah, man.
Been fun, man. Adrian, this guy is going to be with us all year round. He does the baseball stuff with Gator Diamond Pods. We give that a follow as well. We will be talking basketball soon. And, of course, the head coach. We're going to be talking about that, too, as more news comes in. Really sucks that we're not going to get Kiffin, but, nothing in life is guaranteed. I guess that's the only place where I can leave off that's even remotely not negative. Nothing in life is promised. Kiffin could have come here and been a complete disaster. I don't think that's what would have happened, but it could have. Summerall could come here and be a home run hire the way Todd Golden was, the way a lot of fans bemoaned that hire when we got him from San Francisco. Of course, that one also had the blessing of Billy Donovan, but I digress. The point is we don't know what tomorrow holds, but as it all unfolds, we'll be here to break it all down for you. So, until next time, Neil Schulman, Adrian Perez, signing off for the year from Gator Football. We will talk coaching searches and basketball and stickball soon.
Hopefully 2026 will be a lot better than 2025 Gator Football.
Yes,
so we'll
sir.
See. We can only hope. Go Gators.